Hi everyone, today we're talking about Walgreens stock, which is one of the stocks that I currently own in my portfolio. And we talk about Walgreens stock because it is down quite a bit, and obviously it's one of my positions, and some news has come out about Walgreens potentially, or they are planning to close quite a few stores down in the UK and the US, which is kind of big news. So we're going to have a talk about that and say if it's a time now to go and sell the stock if you own it. Now personally, my average in price really on Walgreens isn't that high. I think it's sitting around the $50 range right now, and my average price that I got in at is somewhere around the 58 mark, and I'm only down about 10% on my position right now, so I'm not actually down that huge. I kind of bought it on the little bit of downtrend towards the end where it's like bottom out now, and I felt like that was a good opportunity to buy because the stock was massively discounted from when it was back at $80 highs not too long ago. And I saw this stock come down in price, and when it originally came down, it was due to margins being hit, and then from then on, Walgreens pretty much cut their guidance, and that ended up cutting their EPS growth. But the revenue isn't too bad, but it's still not growing at a huge percent. Now, the whole reason why I got in this Walgreens stock was because I actually saw the stock on a big, massive discount, and I felt like that was quite a bit of a big sell-off for Walgreens when it's such a major brand, and quite excluding the kind of fears that we have about Amazon coming in the sector. Walgreens is kind of a safe company. They're competing against CVS Health Corp as well. Now, I'd say the main sole reason why I did get into Walgreens stock, and I always do like to get stocks on dividends, don't get me wrong, but one of the main, on the big massive discount. Well, the main reason why I like to get into Walgreens is because of the dividend, and it does have a rich dividend history of it increasing that dividend and also having a good payout rate and also increasing that dividend going forward. Now, with EPS growth a little bit low, obviously that might say that can they carry on paying out this dividend? Can they carry on? Is the payout rate going to go slightly high, which isn't too bad now? I think it's around 35%. But if EPS doesn't grow, can they carry on paying a dividend? And for me, to be honest with you, it's something in the long term that management have been able to do, and are now trying to turn around that company and trying to make that EPS grow again. And the store closures that we're going to talk about in a second is one of the ways they are trying to do it. But I think that, going forward, I reckon that the share price can still go up quite a few percent from here, and I do think they'll be able to pay that dividend. And I think the margins thing happens every few years, and it's something it'll be able to sort out eventually, and it will recover from that. Now, management have realised that things are going wrong with Walgreens, and that's one reason why I did buy into this company, is because I like the management of this company, and they realised something was going wrong. They also have a good past of managing the company with everything that's happened, and also one reason why I chose Walgreens stock over CVS Health Corp stock, because insiders hold this company quite high compared to CVS Health Corp. When I looked at CVS Health Corp, their insider hold was something like 0 point something percent, which is hardly anything. And Walgreens was something towards 15%, I think, maybe something a little bit higher, I'm not sure. But it was a lot higher. And when insiders hold the stock, it kind of says to me that they believe that the stock is going to go up into price, and that's why they have their shares in the company itself. So I believe that if insiders are willing to hold this company, they've got faith that management can turn this company around, and I do as well. And one of the big moves, like I say, that the reason why we're making this video today is because they've announced they are going to close a few stores down. And in the first news that we heard was in the UK, and the Boots side of it, they were going to close down about 200 UK stores, which is quite a lot. But in the US, they were going to close 200 stores as well. But when we look at the US side, that's only about a 3% of the actual US footprint. So that kind of says to me that they're kind of cutting them costs down, save on that rent, and there'll be a lot of major stores still nearby people where they'll be able to travel probably the same distance, maybe in the other direction of town or something, and it'll be about the same distance, and then it'll save Walgreens money, because them kind of like hard, concrete stores are kind of going out the window now, and it's all about, managing online. And if Walgreens do it right, they should be able to still keep the amount of stores and still keep the customers going. And they did have a big, massive expansion. Walgreens at some point between like 1997 and 2007, they just opened so many stores. So it does make sense to cut back a few stores and save cuts, and you know that's good that we're seeing management kind of address that problem and they're trying to solve that problem. And like I say, I think they will eventually recover and the margins will go up, and I think this is probably a good move for Walgreens going forward. So yeah, I'm not going to sell off this news right now. I'm not selling my Walgreens shares, but at the moment I'm probably not going to buy any Walgreens shares either. Like I've talked about previously on this channel, I think the stock market probably will have a little bit of a correction at some point, and then I'll probably go buy a lot more growth stocks. And I don't want to be too heavy on dividend stocks as well, because I am kind of more of a growth investor, to be honest with you. But I do like a few dividend stocks, and that's why I got in Walgreens, because of that dividend, which is a pretty decent payout. It has pretty nice a dividend yield right now, and that should really go up going forward as well. So yeah, I probably won't add any Walgreens stock unless it goes down another maybe 5-10%, then it might tempt me, and I might buy some from there. But at the moment I don't think I'll buy any more. But I thought I'd update you with that news about the store closures coming out for Walgreens, and what I'm going to do from here. But yeah, like I say, I'm probably going to just carry on holding it and get that dividend, and I probably won't ever sell Walgreens stock until it goes up, you know, a good 20-30%. And I like to get 30% gains on stock, so that's probably where I would sell it if I was going to sell Walgreens stock. But I don't think that'll be probably for another, you know, at least 2 years from now anyway. So like I say, I want to collect that dividend anyway. So yeah, it probably won't be at least another 2 years until I do sell Walgreens stock from here. So guys, that's me updating you on my Walgreens position and talking about Walgreens stock overall. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you were looking to Walgreens, I hope it helped you if you were looking to invest. If you could give the video a like, subscribe, that would be amazing, and I'll see you on the next video.